Let's talk about one of the most basic human experiences, pain. But forget thinking of it as some kind of punishment. We're going to look at it for what it really is, a super sophisticated, high-tech, and absolutely critical emergency alert system, one that's been fine-tuned for millions of years just to keep us alive. Oh, you know the feeling, right? We've all been there. That horrible moment of impact, that split second of stunned silence, and then, boom, an absolute explosion of sensation. It's a feeling every single one of us knows, and it's the perfect place for us to start our journey today. Because that's exactly what's happening. That feeling isn't just happening in your toe. No way. It's an incredibly urgent message, a mix of electrical and chemical signals that's literally rocketing from that point of injury all the way up to your brain's command center. So, you ready? Let's dive in. We're going to trace that signal every step of the way, from that first ouch to the incredibly complex way your brain figures out what it all means. Okay, so here's the roadmap for this signal's crazy journey. It always follows a pretty clear path. First, you've got the injury. That immediately activates special sensors. From there, the signal zips to your spinal cord, and finally, it lands in the brain to be interpreted. It's a simple but elegant four-step process, and we're going to break it down. So let's start right where all the action begins, with the very first spark of that pain signal. The moment you stub your toe, something incredible happens at a microscopic level. The damaged cells actually burst open and release this whole cocktail of chemicals. You can think of them as the first responders rushing to the scene. And it's these chemicals that act like a key, unlocking your body's entire pain alarm system. And what is that alarm? Well, it's a specialized nerve ending called a nociceptor. You have millions of these things all over your body. They're your frontline security guards, the literal motion sensors for your nervous system, and their one and only job is to detect anything that could potentially harm you. Once that nociceptor is triggered, the message is officially on its way. It's now speeding along the body's own personal superhighway of nerves, headed straight for the central nervous system. But get this highway has two different lanes, and there's a brilliant reason why. The fast lane is made of something called A delta fibers. They carry that first sharp youch message that gets your attention immediately. But then comes the slow lane, the C fibers, which deliver that lingering, dull, throbbing ache that follows. This two-wave system is genius. It makes you react instantly, but it also makes sure you remember to protect that injury long after it happened. The signal's first major stop is right here, in the spinal cord. Think of it like a local dispatch center. It's so incredibly efficient that it can trigger an immediate reflex. That's why you pull your foot back before your brain has even fully processed what just happened. Now, for the signal to keep going to the brain, it has to jump this tiny little gap between nerve cells.